War is raging, government is stealing our freedom, food processing plants are burning, and gun sales are through the roof. You're in the right place. This is The Prepared Mind.
I talked to a student recently at one of our woke college campuses who said she is required in every class to introduce herself and to give her pronouns. Well, I'm Ted Cruz, and my pronoun is kiss my ass.
Enjoy the show, and a show it is. One of the greatest shows on earth in all of human history. We've got the Uniparty, Screw America, Screw the World Over show right here. We're going to cover it, folks. I like to call it SHTF. And I want to start with one of the greatest three-ring leading idiots on the planet. Not the best, but one of the best, Mayor Eric Adams from New York City. He has proposed hiring illegal immigrants as lifeguards. I'm not joking. And what did he say? Well, there's a shortage, right? So, quote, they're excellent swimmers. Fuck. All these politicians are morons. They are excellent swimmers. Are they clean, articulate, brown swimmers, Mr. Mayor? What a fuckhead. What makes him believe? Does he think they swam here? From Africa, the Middle East, from Southeast Asia? Does he think the illegal immigrants, they're criminals, they're fucking illegal? Does he think they swam across the border into California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas? I know a few places you got to kind of, wade through a fucking river. Anyways, it's on, folks. It is a Too Stupid Tuesday. Too stupid, too dangerous. But there's a lot more here that is that we need to wake up. This morning's Zero Dark 30 got jacked up. My camera phone settings ended up being reset. And they were like the definition was turned up too high. It wouldn't let me upload them. Anyway, I think I got it fixed. But this is what I was going to talk about. There is a Marine Corps veteran out there who has been charged with, which means I think he's been arrested and now being charged with making threats to kill white people in mass shootings. And what I want to bring up here, the important part, there's several important factors here. I think the most important one to note is that liberals are extremists. Democrat, communist, socialist, fascist, liberals are extremists, and they use murderous violence to take action. Okay, so understand, liberals take action with violence and murder. Now, American patriots defend people. American patriots defend freedom. American patriots defend life and law and order, and American patriots defend the nation. The difference is extremist liberals take violent action and murder. The extreme right wing wants to defend freedom, defend you, defend the Constitution. You see the difference? I don't think that's been set out clear enough. That every time they point to radical right wingers, what is it they really want? They want their children not to be groomed and molested in schools. Violent, crazy right wingers, well, they want their rights left intact, their money left in their pocket, and their family protected from evil. It's that simple. And it breaks my heart that a Marine has been indoctrinated so deeply that he hates white people and proclaimed it and then said he's going to go out and start murdering them. I think it's good that he was arrested before he could become this murderer, before he could become an extreme left-wing activist. I'm glad he was arrested. He needs a lot, and I mean a lot of help. Now, going with the theme, carrying on the theme of extremist Democrats murder. That's the action they take, right? I say prep to action. Left-wingers, their idea of action is murdering white people, murdering Christians, murdering Americans, murdering Jews. That's right. They're all for it, folks. Right-wing, conservative, constitutionalist Americans, our extremism is to defend life and liberty and law and order. And here is another example of it. In Louisiana, at a church, the parishioners there stopped a teen, a left-wing liberal Democrat teen who was dressed in black and armed with a rifle, who entered a church, a family-filled Christian church. Do you think he was there selling Girl Scout cookies or handing out Joe Biden pamphlets? No. He was dressed in black, like Antifa. You know, Antifa is just an idea. Folks, liberal extremists are taking individual action. You'll notice the protesters go out in groups. They go out in groups to protest. But when they become violent and murderous, they start acting individually. They want to murder. They want to destroy. Now, again, conservative extremists take steps to defend and only defend others and our rights. Huge difference. And if anyone wants to argue it, I just say this. Look, try me, you fucking liberals. I'm right here. Right here in the great state of Florida. And what do I mean by that? I'm down in the South, down in the great state of Florida. In Lee County, Florida, folks, Lee County, Sheriff Carmine Marceno, I think was on Fox News, and he had an extremely blunt message to lawless liberal scumbags who might want to come to Florida. He says, change your views or go back. And I think that's an excellent message. And I really hope that all, and I mean all of southern states and any states interested in liberty, law and order, and the American way, take the same fucking attitude. This is what Sheriff Carmine said. He said, my message is clear. If you think you can deal poison and commit crime, stay clear of Lee County and all the great state of Florida. We're ready, and we will absolutely find you, hunt you down, and charge you with the full force and extent of the law. That's what Sheriff Marceno told Fox News. Folks, Florida, and indeed, I think the entire state and the entire South should be deemed a fuck around and find out state. But people might think it's just Sheriff Grady Judd in Polk County, Florida. No, it's the entire state and the entire law enforcement system. Yeah, the big cities like Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, they might be a little more liberal, but they are not totally liberal. In fact, they're getting a big swath of Republicans registering to vote. The attitude in this state, and it should be the entire South, is that terrorist liberal fucks who think crime is good will get what they deserve, not what they think they're going to get away with. Right? And I really hope the entire South becomes hardcore pro-America, pro-law and order, and anti-Northern douchebag. Right? And if you are a conservative and you're up north, I'm not saying because you're up north, you're a liberal. I just know that is occupied territory. Occupied territory. It's bad business, folks. Bad business with these liberals. Very dangerous. All right, let me get stuff on the thing. Mr. Ooman, I am now here. I said here. What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind? It has hit the fan, folks. It's not getting better. It's not just going to magically fix itself. What you want to talk about, put in the comment section. live, and you'll get the second half hour, the second half of the show, because we'll do my monologue and then your Q&A at the inner circle. So there's not enough time in a day to go over everything. Folks, we're under attack. The very tool I'm using right now, well, common sense, critical thinking, and free speech is massively under attack. It is not just America, it's around the world. And I've got a couple examples I want to share with you really quick. In Germany, a court has allowed the government to monitor the AfD party because it's a, quote, threat to democracy. The AfD, the Alternative for Deutschland, right? In other words, the Alternative German Party, which is conservative. They could end up banning the AfD party altogether, meaning a political position, viewpoint is going to be criminalized. Wake the fuck up here in America. Germany is showing us right now how having a different opinion can be criminalized and silenced. I recommend you, just like me, start yelling back now with your voice, email, text, message system, comments, everywhere. Start yelling back. Don't commit a crime, but yell back. Don't recommend anything dangerous, but yell at these fuckers loud and clear that free speech is not negotiable. Not negotiable. That's Germany, folks. But down in Australia, they're fighting free speech as well. In fact, the free speech social media platform called Gab has defied the Australian government's free speech overreach and demands. But now Gab faces a $500,000 fine because it allows free speech. Folks, understand, lawless government like Australia, Germany, England, etc., they all need to fuck all the way off. Now, in Scotland, those people got really loud because the government there told them it was a crime to misgender fruitcakes. And so the Scots told their government to fuck all the way off. And it worked. And that doesn't mean government will stop or quit or back down or change its mind. It means they need to be reminded on a daily fucking basis to back the fuck up. Literally. Literally. Folks, it is Tuesday. Take two on this Tuesday. And look, again, free speech is under attack. Social media, in the workplace. Oh, you have to call people by the gender that they pick. The fuck I do. Nah, not sorry. I am not under any obligation, civil or criminal, to tell somebody what they want to hear me say. I am not their fucking sock puppet. I'm not their fucking marionette. I am not anyone's bitch. But I guess they're going to keep pushing it the way they did to this teacher, folks. Teacher I'm talking about has been fired for allegedly committing a very heinous crime. Was his crime coloring his hair like a fucking idiot? Nope. Was his crime putting up communist flags in the classroom? No. That should be a fucking crime. Was his crime wearing a big old pair of fake titties under his shirt? No. What was his crime? He literally, folks, is fired, allegedly fired, for this infraction. He was teaching. He was encouraging his students to think critically. Why is that a crime? Folks, it's unbelievable, but in 2024, schools, the primary purpose of all schools, K through 12 plus college, is to indoctrinate and groom children and young adults as sex toys. That's what they are. They are becoming useful idiots and sex toys. So this teacher is teaching kids to think for themselves. What a fucking novel concept, huh? Think. Just critically think. Induction, deduction, rid of false narratives, understanding reality, stepping back, examining information, finding support or refutation for any idea, not just going to the liberal well and taking a long drink of urine out of it. Unfucking believable, folks. That's just plain old censorship. But get this. The government, Washington, D.C., the United States shithole of a government, Merrick Garland and his good buddy, the head of the FBI, have proudly announced the government program. This is just fucking killing me. They want to target, folks, cyber-enabled campaigns because they want to censor Americans. They want to censor patriots. They want to silence us as we get closer to the 2024 election. This is unfucking believable, folks. The Attorney General, Merrick Butlick Garland, and the Deputy Attorney General, Lisa Monaco, and the FBI asswipe Director, Christopher Wray, alleged perjurer, an alleged liar, an alleged sack of shit, an alleged criminal, an alleged douche. All of them. They announced yesterday, Monday, that their plan is to censor Americans. Well, they're going to be combating, folks. This is what they say they're doing. Election threats. They're going to stop and battle election threats. Free speech is an election threat. You know what a fucking election threat is, you bunch of cocksuckers? It's all the illegals coming across the border being told how to vote, how to register to vote, how to fucking perjure themselves and say they're Americans and go vote in the election. There's your fucking election threat. Now, back to this. The sack of child grooming, lying liberal shit Attorney General Merrick Garland, who is, folks, directly tied to the American historic persecution of the opposition leader and former president Donald Trump. That guy, he wants to do this. And when I say he's a sack of child grooming shit, that's because his son-in-law is the one who produces the homosexual pornography that the liberals are putting in children's libraries and children's schools. And that's why he, Merrick Garland, sack of shit, decided to go to the FBI and say, parents in America are domestic terrorists. I am not shitting you. Folks, this is how Nazi Germany silenced people. They criminalized speech, and then they threatened people for talking, and then they persecuted people for talking using the court system and putting them in prison. The very next move right now is to arrest dissenters as threats under this new program, using their badges, black masks, bulletproof vests, butt plugs, and pre-dawn raids to arrest the enemies of Biden's lawless Nazi communist government, folks. And I'm telling you, you need to refuse to allow them this step. Scream, yell, fight back, or you will see me dead. And everyone you know will be dead who is going to bravely meet their demise under the boots of these LGB Nazis with badges. This is not fear-mongering. This is how Nazi Germany became and how the German people fell under Nazi Germany's spell. They just, I'm not going to fight back. Right now, the fight is verbal, folks. The fight is for your thoughts, critical thinking. Critical thinking, common sense. Use your fucking brains. They want us to stop doing that and stop teaching others, just like the school teacher. And just like other countries like Germany, they want to silence an opposition. They want to silence free speech. These people are fucking scum. Fucking scum. Absolutely scum. They don't want you to talk back. They don't want you to think. Nothing. Right? Right? Like this Good Samaritan, folks, who fought back against a thug who was trying to rob a woman in San Francisco. But that's how I see the news headline. You want to know how liberals see that fucking headline? They read it as radical Trump supporter violently assaults poor man who just needed assistance after losing his job due to the Trump tax cuts from 8 years ago and Israel committing genocide while adjusting his transgender clothing after crossing the border with Biden's permission. That's the type of shit they want you to fucking believe instead of the reality. A pile of shit thug was trying to rob a woman and he got his ass handed to him by an American. You want more? Oh, I got more. And let's just stick around in California since I'm fucking ranting. My former home state, I was born in the beautiful state of California and I left the shithole of California because it has been destroyed by these liberal jackasses. In UC Davis, that's right. Davis is just outside of Sacramento. It's an agricultural college, but don't worry. Don't worry. I guess the fucking crops are going to raise themselves and distribute themselves equally amongst all the communist stores. Fucking idiots. Anyways, there is a English or poetry professor at UC Davis who told a woman to, quote, put a gun in your mouth, you piece of shit. Those were the words that came out of a poetry professor's mouth. Not very poetic. Not a haiku. Put a gun in your mouth, you piece of shit. That's right, folks. The professor's name, and she's been identified, is Sita Chiganti. Yeah, Sita Chiganti. She was heard telling a woman named Beth Bourne, who was protesting against gender shit, gender names, gender changes, gender bullshit, all of the left-wing crap. Put a gun in your mouth, you piece of shit, right? She's against transgender ideology. This is going to be fucking amazing when we take this country back. When we, the people, me and you, tell governments at the federal, state, and local level, go fuck yourselves. We're not going to be silent. We're not going to turn in our guns. We're not going to be your bitches. And we turn this thing around. These fucking left-wing scumbags will be like, our free speech, you got to let us talk. No, we don't. Because you silenced us. So here we come back. Folks, this Chiganti bitch, she's a committed anti-Israel, anti-Jew activist. She canceled all her classes for a week. Folks, people spend anywhere from $25,000 to $125,000 a year to send their fucking kids to this worthless sack of shit school. It is not cheap to send your kids to a UC campus. I fucking know. She canceled classes for a week to attend pro-Palestine protests. And she told her students, you come join me. And I'm sure if they didn't get a very good grade. Now, according to her University of Davis profile, Chiganti is an expert, folks, an expert in Old and Middle English poetry. And she's currently working on a project about the evils of whiteness. Whiteness. What if someone wrote a book about the evils of blackness, or the evils of brownness, or the evils of Asianness, or the evils of Africanness, or the evils of Middle East, the evils of Arabs, the evils of Muslims? Would that be allowed? Or that person be called a racist bigot. It sounds to me like she's not an expert in Old and Middle English poetry, nor is she really an expert in the evils of whiteness. It sounds like she's an expert fucking Nazi, an expert sack of shit, an expert taco tongue tickler. She's an expert fucktard, and she wants to lead, folks, in the violence of the left. She wants to encourage it. This is going to end very badly for people like Professor Chiganti. Just wait, bitch. Just wait when you piss off the wrong, very passionate parent who had their child destroyed by the gender-bending consequences of genital mutilation that all of these see you next Tuesdays have caused. I wish these dumb fucks would threaten me with their harsh turd hole opinions. Where the fuck are they? All they can do is try and destroy free speech and silence me. But they're cowards. They're fucking cowards. Every last one of them, folks. They want to use the court system to fuck everyone. Speaking of courts and fucking everyone on the planet, let's talk about Biden's whore, Stormy Daniels. She showed up to court today wearing a bulletproof vest. But to be certain, the bulletproof vest didn't cover her big saggy cleavage for the cameras. Yep, she's still a whore, folks. As if anyone would shoot her with bullets. I think the only thing she has to worry about is getting sprayed on her chest and her face by a mayo-filled goo gun. And I'm sure all of what I am talking about has chin music wound up like you can't fucking believe. Oh, good God, man. What a fucking day. What a fucking day. All right, let's change gears. An expert has said, quote, bird flu has changed to become supercharged. The bird flu, the avian flu, the bird flu is now supercharged. I call bullshit. What did we learn from COVID? What we learned from COVID was that further mutations don't become stronger. They become weaker strains. That's right. They become less deadly. They become weaker. Remember the Delta variant? We were supposed to be scared, and it turned out to be weaker than the initial cerveza bug. And then came the Omicron variant, which was the Omicron dud. But we're supposed to believe that the bird flu isn't degrading the way other viruses degrade. It's becoming supercharged. I'm not fucking buying it. I'm not. The only people who are going to be susceptible to the bird flu variant are going to be people who have destroyed their fucking immune systems by playing monkeypox darts at the local bar, or have taken the Jim Jones juice and burned their fucking immune system to the ground. There, I said it. I said it. I ranted. I got all that shit out of my system, but guess what? I'm already full again. Unfucking believable. By the way, we, at the very last second, missed a $19.99 super chat donation from Mr. Skylight on Sunday night at the zoo. Want to thank you, sir. It showed up just after the show. We forgot to talk about it last night. But yes, thank you very much. Unfortunately, I don't have the comment you had right now. Man may be able to pop it up on the screen here in a bit. I tell you, it's that bad out there, folks. It's that bad out there. And it's not going to get better any quicker. It truly isn't. Let's do this. Let's go have some fun. Let's go to the inner circle. And folks, remember, it is time to fight back with free speech. All right, Mr. Ooman. Woo! Here we go. Here we go, folks. Taco tongue tickler, you got it. Name redacted. Anyways, here we go. This is the super chat. And this is what Mr. Skylight wrote. This misguided generation of students can vote their way into socialism, but they will have to shoot their way out. What a great, great comment. You can't vote or talk your way out of socialism. It has to collapse and die. And if you want out on your own, yeah, you're going to have to shoot your way out. Thank you very, very much again, Mr. Skylight. Gotta love it, folks. Got to love it. Now, let's go to this. Name redacted. Said, John, as usual, listening to you, you triggered a stream of thought. And that's really the point and purpose of free speech. Not just my free speech, not just your free speech, everyone. But the idea of free speech is to cause people to think, to give them additional information to combine with what's already in our fucking heads. So we have a more complete picture. We have more information, more data to work with. But if you can't add, well, that math isn't going to help. If you can't think critically, you can't apply additional information. And that's what they're trying to fucking stop. Anyways, Name redacted continues. We no longer get truth, see justice, and they, meaning the bad guys, have banned the American way. Everything used to be truth, justice, and the American way, and don't fuck around. But now that's all they do is fuck around with us. Name redacted finishes by saying, I feel we're here just waiting for the next serve. Like Dennis. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We're waiting for the next serve. What comes next? They're firing teachers for teaching kids to think. They're kicking people out of the service for refusing to take an experimental poison inside their bloodstream. They're silencing Trump, saying, you can't speak. Oh, I've got some shit on that. We'll talk about that if I have time, but it's your turn. They're doing all they can, folks. The next serve is to criminalize opposing socialist Biden. The other day, Mayorkas, dickhead leader of the Department of Homeland Security, said that using the term illegal alien is not acceptable. Well, it's completely fucking acceptable. That's exactly what they are. They are alien to the United States, not nationalists. Or rather, they're not American or you. They're not fucking citizens. And they're certainly here illegally. Fucking criminals is what they are. I tell you. Stay calm. Stay calm. And then there's chin music. He will not allow me to stay calm. He says, Lisa Monaco, who is the Assistant Attorney General of the United States government of Washington, D.C., whose jurisdiction is limited to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 guidelines. No, they're fucking rules. It's called the Constitution. Anyways, Chin Music says, Lisa Monaco has been around since Obama Lama Ding Dong administration. She is a D.C. lifer. She's worse than that, Chin. You're way too generous. She is a jizz-guzzling ding-dong. She's beyond horrid. All of these people, folks, are beyond horrid. They support the maiming of children. They support the indoctrination of children into the LGB mentality and lifestyle. They support the destruction of the military. They despise and support the destruction of our culture and traditions, our law, and our belief systems. She's worse than a lifer, Chin. I can't say enough shitty things about all of these people. What else is on your mind out there? What else is on your mind? We got a lot to talk about. I don't want you guys to think I'm making this shit up. I'm not. It's here for everyone to see. The silencing and censoring of America. When I heard that stupid "see you next Tuesday," Hillary Clinton. See you next Tuesday. Hillary Clinton, way back in the Trump administration, when she said there are limits to free speech. I didn't know and realize at that time that that was going to be the rallying call to destroy social media communication and individual communication. That was their goal. At that moment, they realized they can't have us talking to each other. They can't have us speaking fact or truth. They have to attack us. They have to attack us. In New York, folks, the appeals court has decided that Judge Merchan's gag order against Trump is valid. This is what these fuckers claimed, that Judge Merchan properly weighed Trump's First Amendment rights. Folks, judges are not above the Constitution. Judges are not more powerful than the Constitution. The only people who are allowed to interpret the Constitution, and even I think they shouldn't be allowed to interpret it, is the Supreme Court of the United States. They need to tell people this is what it fucking says, and that's what it fucking means, and now you can fuck all the way off. So fuck DC, fuck these judges, fuck New York City, and fuck all liberal assholes, 100%. In fact, they're probably all for it. The monkeypox mongrels, that's exactly what they are. I'm sure they would like to use the same Mayo goo gun on each other and themselves that they would use on Stormy Daniels and the rest. I can't stand these fucking people, folks. I just can't stand them. Now, this is Heidi. And I want to say thank you, Heidi. Thank you for all you do. Everyone, folks, there's a lot of people behind the scenes making this show happen. Heidi says, I read yesterday that they found out Biden called the National Archives and had them send Trump a pallet of boxed documents and then had the FBI raid Mar-a-Lago looking for them. I can neither confirm nor deny that actually happened. But as comical as it sounds, it almost sounds like what has happened. Now, what I can tell you is I read a report that didn't say that a pallet of boxed documents was sent to Mar-a-Lago. What I read is that all of the Trump documents that they laid out and then took a picture of, they placed pieces of paper that said confidential or top secret on top of them to give it the appearance of criminal activity, that Trump was holding documents that were labeled classified or top secret or confidential to make him look like a criminal to the public. That definitely sounds like a sneaky, underhanded, grabastic, reach-around bit of monkeypox bullshit from the soy boy LGB FBI guys. I'm on a fucking roll today, man. I'm giving everyone the fucking what for and the how to. I've just had it with these fucking people. They are liars. They are the lovers of lies. And they really are scum, folks. They're scum. If they had access to your bank account, they would just steal it. Every one of these motherfuckers in Washington, D.C., if they had access, would steal your money. Like that. And then say, wow, wasn't me. It was that Trump guy. Right? They'd steal your shit. There's no integrity there. Right? They'd steal your wallet if you left it on your desk? Well, he abandoned it. He just left it there. I didn't steal anything. It was lost and found. Right? These people are fucking scum. I really enjoy the this time of day, the inner circle where your guys' questions just wind me up even more. Thank you, Heidi. Get more questions, more comments, more thoughts down below. I really want to delve into all of the concepts that are out there. Your comments, questions, thoughts, predictions, prognostications. I want to thank the people who have joined at thepreparedmind.club. Thepreparedmind.club, our website. When you get there, you'll see me. You'll see the slogan. You'll see everything that's the Prepared Mind. And you can join and help us by becoming a premium member. You don't have to come here and watch. You don't have to comment. You can just support what we're doing. Free speech. I don't mind being out front. I don't mind being a loud, obnoxious asshole about it. Someone needs to do it. Folks, did you know that Thomas Paine, the guy who wrote the book Common Sense for the American Revolutionary period, Thomas Paine was a pain in the ass. He was annoying. He was loud. He repeated himself all the time. He repeated slogans. He wanted people to wake the fuck up, and he was a loud, obnoxious asshole. He was. Thank you, Mr. Uman, for putting that up right there. Thepreparedmind.club. Sign up. $2, $5, $10. I don't care. Just sign up. Support free speech. Support the fight against these fucking communists. We need to do it through thepreparedmind.club because it is not Google. It's not YouTube. And they can't fucking touch our money, which supports everything we do. It supports everything we do. Anyways, these assholes. Yeah, Thomas Paine, pain in the ass. Name another founding father that was loud and in everyone's faces. Name them. Paul Revere. Redcoats are coming. Redcoats are coming. You think people, right, didn't know the Redcoats were coming? Is that story a fable? Or is it based on a true event? Or was it that this fucking guy ran around and told everyone that? Everywhere fucking Paul Revere wrote, right? We're famous for his midnight run, his midnight gallop, his midnight ride. Paul Revere, silversmith, great guy. Belonged to a very interesting fraternity. The same fraternity that others were part of. Anyways. Fuck. Anyways, folks, thank you for supporting us. And everyone that's joining, we need all the help we can get. Let's do this. Mr. Uman, who is next on the channel, and we got Badass Diving Frog diving in. He says, John, oh shit. I got into it with a tranny liberal and lost it and punched him in the face. I ended up knocking the guy out. I didn't mean to. I only punched him once, still waiting for the cops. I do not encourage you to knock out, punch, and commit crimes. I do not do that. We do not recommend dangerous and violent behavior or breaking the law here. We talk about exercising your rights. First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. Well, might as well do the Third Amendment all the way through. Now, I don't want to give you legal advice, but I will advise you to write down on a piece of paper everything that transpired. I'm sure this tranny liberal idiot got in your face, insulted you, threatened you, and then made a violent move at you, and you had to defend yourself. Understanding that your experience and your knowledge has brought to your attention that tranny liberals are violent and they commit acts of violence. They invade people's space. and you feared for your life and that this person was going to assault you and then sexually molest you because there was a fruitcake. I really have no idea what this person said or how they threatened you. My recommendation, though, is you write everything down, all the facts, to the best of your memory. And you reiterate to the police how you felt threatened and that your safety was in danger, that they had violated your space and were making aggressive moves toward you. I do not recommend, and I'm not telling you to lie about the situation. I'm telling you to write everything down in graphic detail so you can explain, if you're questioned by the police, as to why you knocked out a fruitcake. Thank you, Badass Diving Frog. Best of luck with law enforcement if they come to your door. Please be polite. Use good English. Be cooperative. And provide them with a copy and send a copy. Take a picture of your notes that you're going to write down and send it electronically to your friends and family. And provide the police with the copy of it and say, here is my statement. I have written my statement down. This is how I was threatened, et cetera, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Let us know what the outcome is. Thank you, Badass Diving Frog. We'll see you on the other side. All right, Mr. Uman, holy shit. Folks, remember, these liberals are dangerous. They take individual action that is murderous. Whether they want to call you a transphobe, an Islamophobe, a Palestinian phobe, a Hamas phobe, a terror phobe. Any of these phobes, whatever it is, they can become violent like that. Instantly violent. Do not allow them to assault you. Protect yourself. You can stand your ground, but check your local laws. You don't have to run from a fruitcake. You don't have to allow a fruitcake to assault you. Sheesh. All right, Mr. Uman. That was interesting. Village Idiot. Oh, no. Village Idiot is here. Well, this fucking Tuesday is crazy. Village Idiot says, have you ever wondered if Trump hired that knob gobbling, cum guzzling, sperm burping, gutter slut Stormy for the publicity? I have wondered, Village Idiot, why he bothered with her. I mean, if you look at Stormy Daniels, you look at her now, look at her 5 years ago, look at her at the beginning of her porn career, she truly looks like a porn star. Anything, if you could imagine a woman who could take dick all day long for money, spin around on a stripper pole for money, it's her. She just looks, she is what she is, right? Why would Trump hire her for publicity? All Trump has to do is step out on the sidewalk. I'm not making fun of you, Village Idiot. The point is well taken. The point is well taken. All he has to do is step out on the curb and make a statement. He made jokes about Hannibal fucking Lecter at his New Jersey gathering and got attacked by the left. They're saying, oh my God, he's encouraging a mass murdering cannibal, right? He's making fun of it. He's being facetious. And the left are retarded. But it seems like Stormy Daniels is quite a whore indeed. I don't know why she isn't being prosecuted for perjury, for lying. I think there's letters out there where she admits everything that's happened and that Trump never did anything and that it's all Trump's former attorney. I believe it's Michael Cohen, right, who paid her off using his own money. And folks, another backstabbing scumbag lawyer. Surprise. Anyways, Those are some very descriptive adjectives that you had here for Stormy Daniels. That's exactly what she is. What a name, too, Stormy Daniels. If you have the stomach to watch her perform, you'll be amazed. Wow. Woo! Don't eat a lot of food before you watch. Certainly stay away from mayonnaise-rich foods when you watch. All right. Thank you, Village Idiot. Thank you, Mr. Uman, for putting that up there. Appreciate it, buddy. Anyways, if we could, let's see who is next. And it's Chin Music. And he says, John, the food comes from the back of the store now, man. It does. It does. This is in response to my comment about UC Davis, an agricultural university in the UC or University of California system. Yeah, they, these same liberal idiots that are attending this college, and they have farming and agricultural and agribusiness programs there. But these same types of idiots were the ones who were up in Seattle at the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, the Chaz, where they blocked off the streets, a multi-block area with pallets and tarps and signs that said, cops stay out, where the black leaders, the racist scumbag black leaders, enslaved white people, literally made them their bitches and slaves. And then they tried gardening, aka farming. And they couldn't get the tomato plants to produce tomatoes in 28 to 96 hours, so they quit. Yeah, because food comes from the back of the store. Like, hey, we're out of Cheerios. Thank you, Uman. We're out of Cheerios. Go in the back and get some more. That's how fucking stupid people are. Literally, how stupid they are. Wow. I went to the store today and I got 4 not big paper grocery bags full, but 4 little plastic grocery bags. $113. And folks, everything I bought was on sale or was BOGO, buy one, get one free. $113 for 4 little bags of BOGO, which means 2 bags of groceries, folks, is what I would have gotten had it not been buy one, get one free. 2 bags of groceries, $113. Thanks, Biden. Make no mistake, folks. They're fucking us. They're coming for us. And make no mistake, I'm very gracious and thankful for everyone who is supporting the channel, everyone who goes to the thepreparedmind.club and is signed up for the premium service and just to support the channel and our efforts. Thank you so much. Otherwise, I couldn't afford to go buy food. Good golly. I remember when people used to say, it's so expensive to live in California. I'm like, it's expensive to live everywhere. Everywhere. Woo! Thank you, Chin Music. Rock on, brother. And once again, congratulations on the news you shared with me the other day regarding your family member and the new family member that will be. Anyways, thank you, man. Mr. Uman, what's happening there? What do we have next? Badass Diving Frog said, the police showed up, took report, got back in the cruiser, and left. Freedom preserved. Wow, that was fucking quick. From the time he wrote that, and I answered it, of course, apparently the police have shown up. Make sure, Badass Diving Frog, that you go to the physician, your physician. Have your hand examined. Make sure you don't have any tranny cooties, germs, or monkeypox on your hand. Wash your hand thoroughly with hot water, detergent, and then if you've got a pot of well, red hot lava. Stick your hands in there to make sure they're sterilized. Or you could end up with a fucking disease that goes right to your head. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Uman, for that. Where are we at? Okay. Listen, I want to update you on World War III, a very serious topic. In Ukraine, folks, Russian troops rolled through multiple villages around Kharkov. Or is it Kharkov City? I don't know. It's New York City. It's all the same to me. But in Ukraine and former Ukraine, now free Russian Federation states, Russian troops have entered Volchansk. I don't know whether it's Volchansk or Volkansk. The names of their cities do not roll off of the tongue nicely. Like Zaporizhia. Why can't they have cool names like we have in America? It's just, anyways, in Volchansk, Kharkov City is now almost in artillery range. Kiev, folks, Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. Their military doesn't have any more reserves. They're out of people, folks. Zelensky is out of people to send to the front line to be killed by the Russians. They're out of people to sacrifice. Zelensky has no troops to kill anymore, apparently. Russia is just rolling through. And trust me, if Russia rolls through, they're going to go very slowly. And I'll tell you why. Because Russia knows better. Russia knows the game. Russia knows how to fight wars. The fastest they ever moved was when Russia raced to get to Berlin at the end of World War II, as the Americans were racing to get to Berlin from the west side. Because Russia, as a Soviet nation, wanted to capture as many scientists and as much technical and technological data and equipment that they could. Otherwise, Russia moves very slow, very methodically, and will just kill everybody along every step of the way. Now, my question is, if Zelensky has no more troops to offer to Russia to kill, and the troops that may or may not be around don't have any more ammo, missiles, guns, rockets, cannons, mortars, helicopters, tanks, APCs, Hummers, MRAPs, if they don't have anything left, well, wait a minute. What did that $60 fucking billion buy that was just sent over there? What are they doing with the money if they don't have any people to fight? Why the fuck are we giving them money? There's nothing wrong with that question. That's a great fucking question. We just sent 60 more fucking billion to Ukraine, and they don't have any people to hold the weapons that supposedly they're going to buy with that $60 billion. Folks, it's a money laundering scheme. It is a political shit show of a money laundering, corrupt, fraud scheme. Every American politician that waved a Ukraine flag in our Congress should be arrested for treason and investigated for embezzling, for racketeering, for extortion, for bribery, for every crime known to man. Treason. And if Zelensky, folks, has no troops to kill, is Washington, D.C. going to threaten Putin and threaten to nuke his army since they're all out of, soldiers? That's the next step, is it not? If they are not going to quit, if they're not going to give up on this war, what is NATO and the United States government going to do? Just a thought. Just a thought. I'll see all of you guys 0 dark 30.